This is so not me.
Well, Sabrina the Teenage Witch it is. And this came out in 1996, and this was a TGIF show, so I figured since it's technically Friday and it's a long weekend, it is time to do a TGIF show. And I'm sure people are wondering, why would you pick Sabrina the Teenage Witch? There's so many other TGIF shows to choose from because I felt like it. So, so Sabrina, it is. So I will review this pilot episode right after this.
What do you get when you take a showbiz pizza place and change the name to Chuck E. Cheese's? That's right. You get the same terrific pizza, the same fun and games. They're just naming the place after me. So look for the new sign, Chuck E. Cheese's, where a kid can be a kid.
Action.
I already did it.
Oh, well, I just said action anyway. So, Chuck E. Cheese. So, does anybody...
Chuck E. Cheese's.
Chuck E. Cheese's. Does any...
Nobody knew what I never knew that.
Does anybody still go to this? And, yes, there is actually still one, I believe, in the Fort Myers area, and I believe also in the Buffalo area as well. I bet you my friends still go there. So,
Well, it took me 30 years to figure out how to pronounce it wrong this whole time.
that's all right. It's not really that important, anyways. But these were fun commercials, and the commercials did make it look fun, and I could actually eat the pizza. So I thought it was just okay. So now moving on to wonderful Sabrina.
Like cardboard or like the pizza?
Yeah, it was without cheese on it, but this was also back in the early 90s. It may have been a little bit better. It may not have tasted like cardboard back then. The quality may have been better because quality goes away the longer it's out. So, and it was also new to the area too. So that's how they draw people in. So yeah, I'm sure it tastes like cardboard now. So moving on from cardboard pizza, we'll talk about Chuck E. Cheese and Domino's another time. So this is Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and this came out in 1996. And we were getting towards the time where I kind of stopped watching TGIF. But let's see how Sabrina does. And this is, of course, starring Melissa Joan Hart. So she was in Clarissa Explains It All, and then she pretty much dove right into this role. And she was in some other stuff too. Apparently, she was in Melissa and Joey. She was in a ton, a lot of, I believe, Lifetime Christmas movies, and I'm trying to get them all straight. I think one of them may have been, I don't know, oh yes, how could I forget that one? Mistletoe in Montana. Now that's hilarious. So there's Mistletoe in Montana, so that's a reason to go there. I'm trying to think of another one. Holiday in Handcuffs. So that does not sound like an ABC Family type of movie. Well, that's interesting. Looking forward to it. So, and I think there was another one called Jesus, Melissa, and Joey. Did I say that one right?
I've heard of that, so I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know what that one was, but
No, it was Jesus, Mary, and Joey.
oh, sorry, Jesus, Mary, and Joey. I bet you that Joey was Joey Lawrence. Mary, I have no idea. And Jesus, I doubt it's the one that we're thinking of. So, oh, My Fake Fiance, another classic.
Also has Joey Lawrence in it.
Oh, boy, Joey Lawrence, another fantastic actor. And she was, of course, in SVU, like every other actor in Hollywood. So that is pretty much Melissa Joan Hart. Next, we have Caroline Rhea. She actually took over for Rosie O'Donnell when she was I guess, on vacation or going to Pizza Hut. And then, of course, it became the Caroline Ray show. And she was also in Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. So that is, and then I believe she was also in Chris. It was a Christmas with the Cranks too, or was it Cheaper by the Dozen too? I think it was. It might have been Cheaper by the Dozen too. I don't know why I get those two mixed up, but I do. And then we have Beth Broderick. I honestly don't really know anything about her. She plays another one of.
You didn't even name what. You didn't even name what the other character was.
I did not because I honestly forgot the character names.
It was one of the amps.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Zama?
yes, yes. Caroline Ray, of course, is one of Sabrina's aunts, and so is Beth Broderick. I just forgot the names of the aunts, and now I have to go back to the wonderful world of IMDb to look that up because that is the one thing I forgot to do.
I don't remember.
I got it. It's Hilda. Oh, Hilda and Zelda. So Caroline Ray is Hilda, and Beth Broderick is Zelda. And Beth Broderick, I honestly have not heard a thing that she was in. So unfortunately, I have to go back to the cheat sheet to name. Ah, there we go. Psycho Beach Party, The Bonfire of the Vanities, and The Five Mrs. Buchanans. I don't know anything about any of those, so I'm sorry to say that. Nick Pakai, I just found out, was the voice of Salem, the talking cat, which I thought was pretty cool. So they kind of took a hocus pocus idea, but that's fine. It worked.
Did Hocus Pocus come out after this or before?
No, it came out before. No,
When
that
did the movie come out?
93. And Nick Bakai was actually the first I saw him was actually in the I believe it was actually a football show. It was he was for some reason they brought comedians in the NFL top tens. So why he was in that I don't know. I'm guessing because he is obviously a Buffalo Bills fan. Oh yes, and then he was also on the NFL on Fox as well. That could be where I saw him first.
Never
So,
heard of him.
so I was a little surprised to see that it was that he was in this. Let me just see what else he was in because I honestly forgot.
Where's your witch chat?
Where's my what?
Your witch chat.
I don't think I have a witch hat.
I did.
I wish we had a talking black cat because that would fit perfectly.
Well, we have an orange cat that likes to say hello and things. Does that count?
Yes, I guess that does count.
It does sound like it says hello.
It does. Here we go. Nick Bakai is coming up. It's just loading. Yes, and he's a Buffalo native. Okay, now I remember. He was in Zookeeper. Nobody cared about that movie.
Nope, never seen it.
So, The Angry Beavers and Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. Okay, no wonder why I forgot. These were all very, very, very forgettable. So, so then that is pretty much it for the starting cast. That's all I'm really going to do because those are the main characters and those are the ones that we've really heard of. So the story for this is very, very simple, but it is typical TGIF. They had some pretty interesting shows on here. So Sabrina turns, is it's 16, right? And she obviously she at this age she becomes a witch. She doesn't know until she wakes up in the morning and her aunts tell her. So now she goes to school, and when she first leaves, Aunt Hilda says, just be careful pointing your finger." And of course, Sabrina thinks it's a joke, but problem is when she does point her finger, things happen. So it becomes very interesting. So her teenage witch life in school is pretty interesting since she's being picked on by one of the other students. It becomes kind of a joke at that point because every time she points her finger, things happen to this person, and we all think it's funny. She turns her into a pineapple once. I'm going to show the clip, so I'm not going to show you what Aunt Hilda says what to do with that pineapple. It was quite amusing. So I'm just going to get into it and show the first clip in just a second.
And it turns out that the immutable laws of
You're a witch. What do you mean I'm a witch? You're a witch.
Now, you're not alone. I'm a witch, Hilda's a witch, your father's a witch.
Well, this is the opening scene here. Well, actually, it's not. This is actually the second scene. The first one you're just going to have to watch for yourself on Disney Minus. So the ants tell her that she's a witch. She thinks that she's just trying to that they're just trying to cheer her up because she's going to a new school. So she has no idea. And she continues to think it's a joke all the way up to the bus. So now she's in biology class and she has a crush on this doofus named Harley.
Harvey.
Oh, Harvey. The point is, he's uninteresting.
So are you, and yes, here we are.
I'm more interesting than whatever his name is. So, and Libby is, I don't, but I don't think he really plays all that well. So, so then Libby here is constantly trying to take the stupid idiot away, and Sabrina doesn't really like that. And Libby is the antagonist in this show, but that's okay. It at least keeps it pretty interesting. So right off the bat, poor Sabrina has to dissect a frog. So they have this useless thing that probably complains every time it has to do any type of physical activity anyway. But we will see what happens when she gets this frog. So I will show that clip in just a second.
To life. I think his heart is somewhere around here.
Look, Ted's alive. How did it happen? It's Frankenfrog. Hey, Mr. Poole, ours is still kicking.
Oh, Mike from Cadaver Shack's gonna hear from me.
Well, the frog is alive, so my coworkers won't be too happy. So I actually do like this little frog here, even though that so any little bit of physical activity, frogs seem to just not want to do anything. But this little froggy is alive, so Sabrina shows her powers for the first time, and it ends up on this frog. So it's going to end up the next time actually going to the bathroom where Libby tries to start her nonsense. So I will show that clip in just a second, and her sweater, Libby's sweater, looks incredibly goofy. So she would definitely win a ugly sweater contest.
I thought that's a shirt.
Well, whatever it is, it's ugly and it looks like John Taffer threw up all over it. So I will show that clip in just a second.
From now on, you use the freak's bathroom.
So this is Miss Sweater Puke here, and she's obviously making fun of Sabrina. So Sabrina guesses some things about her that her boyfriend dumped her over the summer, and she doesn't know how she knows that. And then when she's telling her to use the freak bathroom, that's when Sabrina decides to wiggle her finger again, and then she puts her makeup, or Libby puts her makeup all over her face. So Libby is now a mess, and now her face matches her sweater. So far, this actually isn't really a really bad show. And now, when I first watched this when I was younger, my standards, I have to say, were pretty low. So, but I'm not going to get into the review yet. There's still some more interesting parts going on. She gets home, and her birthday, her aunts are going to finish it up, so she gets a pretty big book as another present. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Zelda? Hilda? Didn't you explain to her she's a witch?
She doesn't believe us.
Not this again. Look, I know you went to a lot of trouble to set this joke up, so ha ha ha, now it's over?
No, it's just.
Can you wait till I finish my milk?
Did the cat just talk?
Yes. And get this.
So this is her birthday here. So her dad apparently lives in a book. So It is. Just the way she said it. It was kind of a. I don't know. I found it amusing. So this really isn't bad writing at all for a TGIF show. This really isn't bad. I thought it was pretty creative. My dad lives in a book, so it's. I think they definitely picked the right actress for this because I really don't know if somebody else could have pulled this out. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think the cast was really well done here. Caroline Ray has some funny little one-liners as well. Uh, so after this, now she does learn that Salem the cat does talk, and he has little one-liners that are actually kind of funny. So he talked about getting the stupid little hat off of him. And then when she is practicing magic, she isn't really good at it yet. She turned a apple or a orange into a pineapple, not a regular apple like she was supposed to. And her
3 times.
her one Aunt Zelda's a little bit nicer. She says it was close, and Hilda Caroline Ray says no, it's not. So, and then 23 times later, she still didn't get it right. And then she wanted to turn Salem into an apple, and that's when Salem jumped in and said, "That's enough for tonight." So, Salem the cat again with his little one-liners. So now we're going to meet somebody uninteresting. We're going to meet the tree stump, also named Harley, sorry, Harvey. I'm thinking of Harley Kiner from Boy Meets World, different TGIF show. So we will see the tree stump in just a second.
It kind of hurts.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you with the football.
Oh, that was you? You have a really good arm.
Thanks.
Well, this is what tree stumps would sound like if they talk. So this is Harvey. He is the most uninteresting character in the show so far, and he's just king of the boring. I was going to say the borings. So nothing really interesting to say. They're talking about mailboxes. How exciting!
Actually, I was talking about football.
That was one, and then they got into talking about mailboxes. And then apparently Libby invited him to a party, and now he's going to go there. I don't see what the big deal is with this guy. He's going to show up, and he's probably going to get the address wrong anyways. So then Libby starts her nonsense again, but it's okay because Sabrina's going to put her in her place, and Libby is going to make a trip down the produce aisle. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second.
Where did Libby go? I have no idea.
So this part was more interesting. So she pointed her finger. There was all this wind and noise, and she turned Libby into something. Unfortunately, we don't want to get another video blocked. So we got to keep these short. So I will show you now what I mean by it, by her going into the produce aisle in just a second. I will show you that clip right now.
Into a pineapple. Why? Because it's the only thing you taught me how to do. Chill. I can fix this. Chunks or rings?
So this is what Libby is now. She is now a pineapple, and Aunt Hilda has the right idea. Do you want rings or I think she even said wedges too. So she what? Oh yeah, she said chunks. Then she said rings, and I believe she even said wedges until Aunt Zelda cut her off. And now they turned her back into annoying Libby. I wish I would have I liked Hilda's idea the best. So Caroline Ray is obviously the funny, cool aunt who is more direct with things. So now Libby is at her house, and let's just say Hilda had the right idea. So I will show that clip in just a second.
A visit. I would not. You did something to me. You sent me somewhere. It was small and it smelled like Hawaii. Look, Libby, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Not as sorry as you will be. being a bigger freak than I thought, and the whole school's gonna know about it.
So Libby is not going to cut up into slices, rings, or wedges, and not thrown onto a Hawaiian pizza. So Libby lives, and it's unfortunate. But hey, Hilda pretty much said that. So Libby said that Sabrina's a bigger freak than she thought, and she's going to tell everybody at school. Um, I honestly wouldn't really care because I would just turn her right back into another fruit, or vegetable, or some other type of creature that I can stomp on. So that would not be a big deal to me. But to Sabrina, it is, and she's a cheerleader, so to Sabrina, this is a big deal. So, so now in order to do this, they have to turn back time. Sabrina can't do that on her own. So she has to go to some witch's council, which she does, and they deny her. And you get some interesting special guests on it. So, so now she's talking to Salem if this ruling is going to go through. And we're going to find out why Salem is a cat in just a second.
Time reversal.
I'm the wrong witch to ask. They weren't very lenient with me. Sentenced to 100 years as a cat. And for what?
I don't know. For what?
Oh, like any young kid, I dreamed of world domination. Of course, they really crack down when you act upon it.
So this is the part here with good old Salem here. So it turns out that he wanted to be emperor of the world, and then so he got turned into a nice little house cat. So like I said, this was probably taken from Hocus Pocus, but I don't care. This really does work. I love the parts with with Salem. I would love to see what our cat could do if he could actually talk. So
Snippy, can you talk? No? Okay.
nope, he's just waddling his big fat butt over right by. So if he could talk, I believe he would probably say a lot, saying, "I'm going to bully your dog some more today." His tail just doesn't stop wagging, and I think it's a toy. So, so then moving on from our cat Stimpy, this is so here's a little spot here with Salem the cat. So a pretty cool story there. So he was obviously being punished, and that's why he's a cat. So Sabrina is still trying to get is trying to get the time taken back. So then Libby never exposes her for being a witch. So, so now does that work out or not? I'm not actually going to tell you. You're going to have to figure that out for yourself. But Libby does approach Sabrina again, trying to steal Harvey, and let's just see what happens. So this is the final clip here. So the cup goes right in Libby's face, and Libby once again goes running away, screaming. So she doesn't get to hang out with Harvey this weekend. So everything is sort of a disaster for Libby. Now Sabrina, on the other hand, gets to go to the movies with Harvey. I don't think she has to worry about him talking much. So I don't think he's going to say anything. He's just going to just sit there with a blank stare. So, so as of right now, she does like becoming a witch. Again, I'm not going to give too much away because this is something to see for yourself. And you can check this out right on Disney Minus. Yes, you get a lot of ads, but this is definitely one that is worth a watch. And this came out in 1996. This is something you can watch with your whole family, and adults now from my era should probably enjoy this. So I'm actually going to give this pilot episode, believe it or not, I'm actually going to give this a B plus. Did I want to see more of this show after this episode? I actually did. The reason why I was so harsh with the Big Bang episode is because it really didn't want. I really wasn't that excited to watch the very next week. With this show, yes, I would have taken another Friday to watch it. Well, unfortunately, in '96, the problem was I was watching, like I said, I was watching less and less of TGIF. I believe we were getting into really renting a lot of movies and watching them on Friday because I believe Blockbuster, and then Wegmans came out, which was our supermarket, um, came out with their version of videos as well, and their videos were only $1. So when you did rent them, you can rent up to four, and it only costs you $4. Now the only trick is with that you had to send it back the next day. So I believe we watched a lot of movies on Friday. So unfortunately, TGIF at times took a back seat, but this is definitely a very enjoyable show, and I recommend you watch it on Disney Minus, and they also do sell it on DVD. But the cast is perfect. The writing is actually really not bad. I think Jeff Franklin is one of them. I could be wrong, um, but like I said, this is something for the whole family. So please comment below. What is your favorite TGIF show? And subscribe if you want. And thank you very much for watching.